Must be done. There are only those are the only ones. Then I look in the corner to see the puppet's box. I walk over and open the box. I pull him up, then drag him out. I place him inside of the crate. Now that I remember Prize Corner, I remember another animatronic. I think he held a balloon. Suddenly, I hear laughing from the distance. I turn around to see the other officer looking in the direction I am looking. Officer Mike walks up to the sound and turns the corner. Suddenly, we are screaming. All of us rush to the scene to see what's going on. I see Officer Mike on the ground with a broken nose. "He bashed my head in," he said. I look over next to him and see Balloon Boy turn to him. Then Balloon Boy's head slowly turns to mine. His eyes widen and his smile joyous but nefarious at the same time. He holds a balloon and a sign. The balloon has blood on the front of it, so that must have been what he whacked Mike with. I look outside and see that the sun wasn't out anymore. It was turning dark. "I think it's time to leave," says Officer Jill. Suddenly, I hear the door shut. I run over to learn that it is locked. "We're stuck in here," I say. "Wow, how exciting," says Officer Bradley sarcastically. "Wait, did anyone lock Balloon Boy up?" I ask. We all turn around to notice that Balloon Boy is gone. "This is going to be a long night," says Officer Mike. We all look over to the crates. They were all open. Someone, or something, opened to them. Well, seeing that we are stuck in here, I think it's time to survive a night at Freddy's. We 4 officers look around the place. We make sure another bite doesn't happen. "Let's find a place that's safe," says Officer Jill. "Well, what is safe anymore?" I ask. "Let's go in that room," says Mike. He points to a room with a sign that says Parts and Service. Jill walks inside the room. "Guys, you need to come and see this," he says. We follow her inside and see 4 animatronics. "These are from the old location," says Officer Mike. "I remember going there as a kid over a decade ago," Jill says. "It's weird to see them like this," says Bradley. Suddenly, the old Freddy animatronic stands up. He towers over all of us. He raises his microphone and expands his jaw. Every movement responded with a robotic snap. Officer Mike pulls a gun from his pocket. He raises it and points it at Freddy's broken eye. He shoots it and tiny pieces of glass fall onto the ground. Freddy swings his arm to attack and misses. We run out of the room. I don't turn around, but I think I hear Freddy walk out of the room. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only one that walked out. We all separate and I don't know where the others are. I don't see the crates anymore. We need to find a hiding place. I see storage closets all around the room. I don't know why, but there are 5 of them. I hide in the closet in the middle. I close it, hoping they can't hear me breathe. I feel around and the closet is huge. Suddenly I feel skin. I pull a flashlight out of my belt and turn it on. I look around the closet and see a child. She is still alive for sure, but I don't know why she's here. "Who are you?" I ask. "Marley," she says nervously. "Shh," she whispers. "They're here." I hear footsteps approaching. I look through the peephole and see Freddy and Chica. Chica seems to not have her beak just like before. "They're leaving the area. Why are you here?" I ask. "Because the bunny won't let me leave," she says. "You mean Bonnie?" I ask. "No, the yellow one," she notes. "A yellow bunny? I don't remember seeing a yellow bunny." "Tell me about the yellow bunny," I say. "I was here for its birthday party," she says. "But he had cake and I followed. Then he put me in this yellow bear suit and locked me in some room," she says. "When it was daytime, he would lock me up. When it's time, he would let me go, but lock all the building doors." "Do you know who was inside the costume?" I ask. "I think I know his name. When he was talking to some guy on the phone, I caught a peek at his name tag," she said. "It said Dave. Do you know who Dave is?" I asked. "Well, my mommy is a cop. I heard her on the phone once. She said, I think a year ago, she said that was a nickname for someone named William Afton." "I highly doubt we are talking about the same person," I tell her. "Alright, but can you get me out of here, sir?" she asks. "Well, all the doors are locked, so we're going to have to stay in here until morning so we can call for help," I tell her. "Alright," she says. "Mommy's going to be so happy to see me," she says. "It'll be the worst thing if she doesn't see me again. I'm the world to her," she says. "I'm all she has." "Don't worry, we'll get through this," I tell her. Suddenly, I hear knocking on the door. I look at the peephole to see who it is. It was Officer Mike. He doesn't seem harmed, but he seemed like he needed desperate help. I decide to open the door. So tell us more about this yellow bunny, I tell her. We can't talk now, she says. The bunny is listening. It's what, I ask? He's in here with us, she says. Dave is here with us. Don't worry, he won't get us, I tell her. You don't understand, she says. Suddenly, we hear footsteps coming from the hallway. We need to move, I say. We begin to walk through the main stage area. We walk past the puppets box. Marionettes always freaked me out, honestly. Do you think that puppet can move, asks Mike. Well, the strings are attached, so I don't think so, I answer. We need to find the others, says Officer Mike. He's right. It's only me, him, and this lost child. There are still the other two. We enter the main hallway, the one with the 4 rooms branching from it. Suddenly, I hear laughter from behind me. It's the same laughter I heard over 30 minutes ago. I turn around to see Balloon Boy standing at the end of the hallway. His balloon's still covered with blood from Mike's face. He gives out another laugh. I pulled out the gun from my pocket and pointed at him. Hello, he says. I pull the trigger, but it's out of bullets. We all slowly walk into the office. Marley stands near the vent. Balloon Boy gives another laugh. I look over to Marley. Marley gives me a smile. Then I give her a smile back. And suddenly I see yellow robotic arms, most likely Chica's, reach out of the vent, then grabs Marley. I try to grab Marley, but her arms pull her into the vent. I can hear her kicking as she gets pulled through. Then Officer Mike notices. We both get on our hands and knees and crawl through the vent. After a minute of crawling, we see an exit. We exit the vent, but no sign of Marley. Marley, I yell. Marley doesn't answer, but someone does. I see Officer Bradley crawl from under the table. There you are, I yell. Shh, he whispers. She's coming. Suddenly, I hear screechy, glitchy, robotic sounds echoing through the hallway. It's the Mangle, he says. We all hide under tables as the sound approaches. Suddenly, she enters the room. I peek out to get a good look at her. The blood is still on her mouth from the bite. She looks around the room to see if anyone is in the room. I keep looking at her. Suddenly, she grabs the streamers hanging from the ceiling. She climbs it, then grabs the board on the ceiling. She climbs around above us, still seeming to look around the room. The robotic noises are still playing. Then I hear a conk on the table I am under. She must have fallen from the ceiling. She gives a robotic growl as she hits the table. She hops off the table and continues searching the area. She searches for a good few minutes, then begins to leave. She starts crawling out the door, until I hear her coughing from the other table. She darts her head back, then growls. Her eyes pitch black with piercing white dots representing the pupils. She crawls around, moving chairs and climbing tables to find us. I'm surprised she hasn't found us yet. Suddenly, I see her head point towards me. She stares at me. We're eye to eye. She stares at me for a good few seconds, then crawls away. She leaves the room without any trouble. So she just left? Asked Officer Bradley. Yeah, she left. What the heck was that? I ask. What do you mean? He asks. Your cough. You almost got us caught. Or worse, I responded. Oh, says Officer Bradley. We need to find Marley, I tell the others. We slowly exit the room, then search around the hallways. Suddenly, I hear footsteps approach quickly. I turn around to see Balloon Boy standing at the end of the hallway. It wasn't Balloon Boy making those steps, though. Hi, he says. He seems to have replaced his balloon with a box cutter. He must have been the one that has freed the others. He doesn't seem to be harming us, though. He has this red and blue striped propeller hat with a red and blue striped shirt. We all run into the kitchen. I shut and lock the door. We will be safe here, I tell everyone. Suddenly I hear plates clattering in the distance. I turn around and see the old Chica stare down at me. I stare at her, hoping she won't make any sudden moves. After a few seconds I hear footsteps. Toy Chica's in the kitchen with old Chica. They just stare. They don't do anything. They just stare. Then I hear screaming coming from the main room. I unlock the door and we run to where the noise is coming from. I see Marley sitting on the table, panting. Are you okay, I ask? The bunny was here, she says, panting. I put my hand on their shoulder, then I feel a strong bite on my arm. I turn around to see Foxy attacking me. He raises his hook and digs into my leg, creating a massive cut. I grab a chair and hit him in the head with it. He pulls his hook out of my leg and backs up. Then he comes for more. He doesn't seem to be doing anything with the other officers. I hear 2 more sets of footsteps, then see old Bonnie and Toy Freddy emerging from the party rooms. Withered Bonnie swings the bundle of wires, which used to be his arms, at me. The piercing red eyes point in my direction. With his exoskeleton hand, he grabs my neck.